Good morning, 21st of February 21. Disruption, press. Freedom of speech is an important human right that socialist governments do not defend throughout history. You can really check the statistics of jail and imprisonment and the conflicts of these. And really, it is an area that as business persons must clarify and express freely ourselves. And when I say express, this is like a press disruption. And why? Press, you have to really understand that the disruption going on in your sector is very, very important. This means of free television competition making your sector with huge fixed costs suffer from digital competition. It is not coronavirus. It is an excuse. It is the tax, because if we provide all this kind of free communication is tax free, and it is our right and it is our obligation, a must for business persons to express freely and defend utility, intrinsic value, long-term work that we are living for the next generations, the Z, the millennials, so they learn from us. And for you, press, to disrupt this media, it's very clear that you have to really make news about the light side of the world. You should really think that every time there is a dark side, let's say elections, politicians, governments, manipulation of news, of these vaccines. We have seen how disaster they are, of this justice. We have seen how disaster it is, but there is many huge things going on, so positive, because this disruption, digital, has now speed up so fast that press can really surf this wave in a positive manner, and this direct and indirect collateral utility is very important for press to understand that humans must have a belief in press, and that for example, if you talk about the dark side, the tax side is not really interesting and not good for your reputation. I mentioned many times how many disruptions we could make yesterday, and we could make today, Sunday. And it's very important for press to analyze that whether you take money from these governments, you take money, publicity in your newspaper, you take news, you really clean our brains in this freedom of speech right. It is very important that you give news about, for example, the next generations. You have kids and partners and parents and grandma, grandpa, great-grandma, great-grandpa. So you must defend this utility and the value so that we change and improve this. It is huge news going on. We have seen in these digital companies, but we can really understand that there is huge improvements, as I mentioned, in associations, in calculation of the intrinsic value of each disruption. I mentioned 20, this is video 27, I believe. So huge changes, improvements for society. For example, anti-bullying could be granted for all kids 6 years old throughout the world. What beautiful target would it be that press would really take this as, let's go for it, let's solve this. And in the next generations, we could have much better improvement in society. And there is huge areas like the tax cost reduction, 95%, synergies of economies of scales of governments and central, local, province, and councils, buildings, so we can pay your pension, press. We are talking about your pension. I mean, please. So then talk about this light side of the economy, because this disruption, sorry, in the press is going on so fast. That's why YouTubers are growing, because they don't take money from all this dark side. So avoid these contacts in the dark side. Just go towards the utility. There is marvelous, inventive new generations in the world that can do much better than us, and we can communicate. You, press, can disrupt and communicate light news. And remember, then this utility compounded collateral indirect is much bigger if you are in the positive side, in the light side, because the other side, every time you give this kind of news about what they say and they don't say, the dark side, you must multiply times 11 the negative that you are getting to your sector. So if you studied press and then you want to be really good communicator, you must really invest in disrupt this reputation to your sector. This is just a recommendation that we have to really push forward the business persons to show that it is possible to work in a Sunday, it is possible to generate utility and leave it all for the rest. And then this is very important for press to understand. Thank you very much indeed for your time. Bye.